Let's get down to the field. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bears offense will go on the attack first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football. And they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do. And they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught near the sticks. It's Gibbs. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
A strike downfield. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the back. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
He'll keep it himself. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
The give on the option. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Missouri State. Great job by the back on the option.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. They are set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's Cobb. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Raging Cajuns offense will get the ball for the first time. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressures. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got his man.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So here comes the Missouri State offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This offense has it with really good field position. That's caught. It's Lincoln. Turning it on. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Gives it on the option. To the headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Here comes the heat. Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Looking to throw, it's Adams. Fires to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Raging Cajuns will hustle to the line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Harris. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
All right, the offense wanted a first down there, but they got the completion, and now it sets up a fourth down situation where it's manageable. I can accomplish it, and yes, I'm going for it.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires and picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10, and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown Bears! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Yeah, how about that, man? Fourth down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick, and not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Cobb. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Harris. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. We've come to the end of the period. It's Missouri State holding the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Okay, so first down here as they go back to work. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Raging Cajuns in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Adams. That's reeled in, it's Harris. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. They feed him again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. On the double. The Raging Cajuns trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Louisiana. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So here comes the Missouri State offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast and low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Trying to make magic with his feet. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Well, this quarterback's athleticism, I think, makes it a little bit easier for you as a head coach when you decide to go for it on 4th down, because if it's not there to throw the ball, his athleticism can just take over. He can go get it himself and keep the drive alive. Really nice job that time by the QB.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
On the run, it's Lincoln. Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him. And in turn, you see he breaks tackles and makes big plays.
Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out and in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Plucks it out of the air. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bears! These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Rush is on him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on 1st down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Raging Cajuns send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. With jet sweep pass. There he goes. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Missouri State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Ohio is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Bobcats have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Marshall. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking to fire. Uncorks one. Finds his man open. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. The Raging Cajuns headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. And it's incomplete as he tried to lob it in with perfect touch.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
18. Cooler 18.
To the air on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Under fire. Short gain on the play before he slides. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. And he's still running after the move. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Raging Cajuns will snap it on 1st and 10. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
And he makes the extra point. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Makes it past the marker. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. The sure hands. It's Reddick. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Pocket breaking down. Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. It's time to throw it back to our guys in the booth to start up the second half.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
The Raging Cajuns are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's Adams. Here's the pressure. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Raging Cajuns will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop.
Got it.
Rides the back on the option, the give. Got the first down and more. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in and you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up, you got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. But the problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football. But it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Trying to keep this drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Rides the back and leaves it. Fights off a defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Dropping back, it's Adams. Under fire. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Raging Cajuns decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. So here comes the Bear offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops.
Turning it on! Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it. And I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
Pass the sticks, and he may get more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Runs through a tackle. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Flips it out on the screen. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense.
Touchdown, Missouri State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UAB.
They'll give it to the back.
Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll run it from the gun. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. The Raging Cajuns will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Okay, guys, the Bears offense comes onto the field. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's got an open man. Breaks into the open. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Plows through the defense. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. To the air, it's Adams. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Raging Cajuns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. We've come to the end of the period. It's Missouri State holding the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period.
Let's go! Let's go!
Handoff to the single back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Got his man downfield. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Raging Cajuns have their offense in high gear. Off the play fake on first down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And the Raging Cajuns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz. But because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
And, man, they sneaked the option in there on 3rd and long. And I don't know, was that a misread? Like, do you get the ball to your tailback? Like, it was pretty well defended. They had the quarterback swallowed up. He got some yards, but now you're forced into a 4th down, and this might be a pass.
He'll take a shot. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
So here comes the Missouri State offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Finding an escape route. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri State. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Gives it to the back on the draw. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Makes the grab. It's Cobb. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's McCutcheon. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The play action fake. Caught close to the marker. It's McCutcheon. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Raging Cajuns are rolling down the field. Unloads quickly. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a 1st down. And the Raging Cajuns pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Wants to keep it in the air. Catch in the middle. It's McCutcheon. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
So now on comes the field goal unit. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. Absolutely center cut. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the 4th quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So here comes the Missouri State offense.
Lion, Jackrabbit.
Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it at the 25. He's loose. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year?
Lining up to add another. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but I can see Mike the Tiger out there pacing. This has been a very close game. They're up by 7 over Louisville. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Set, ready.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Hawkins. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So here comes the Bear offense. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you could just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over. Don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Out of the gun, the inside give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Looking to fire. Got a man. There he goes. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
22. Do not kick it to 22.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were...
A shot toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
On On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. Picked off to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And the defense playing pass all the way. They understand the situation beautifully. They've got to throw the football. They weren't fooled by the pass. They break on the football and get the interception.
Okay, guys, the Bears offense comes onto the field. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. The Bears can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He wants to change this route. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Turning it on! He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats.
Let's go.
Toss sweep right. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and, man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.